What? No! Okay, Dio's gonna die. Yeah. They gotta build up Dio before he fights JoJo. Hello everybody, my name is Yoda and welcome to my reaction to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1 Episode 8. Last time on we saw Baron Zeppeli give his life to save JoJo, JoJo triumphing over Tarkus in the chain battle that they had. Then we found out that the whole village of Wind Knight's Lot has actually been turned, except for apparently Poco's sister. For some reason Dio is keeping her unturned, at least for now. Just as we lost one companion in Baron Zeppeli, we found 3 new companions named Strizo, Dyer and Tom Petty, who will now accompany JoJo, Speedwagon and Poco to fight Dio. So let's see if we get there this episode, how the fight will turn out, and where this story goes afterwards. So with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the episode. As always, for copyright reasons, follow the link down in the description to the reaction and I'll see you there. Alright, that was quite the episode. We got to the Dio fight way faster than I ever anticipated. But, oh my god, Dio is definitely not dead. They didn't double tap, they didn't check his body. They just said, oh, he fell down a cliff. That's not how it works, he's gonna come back. That's always how it is, because the heroes don't double tap. No one ever does. Oh, and just when I looked over the episode again, I also realized that Speedwagon was actually wearing Zeppeli's head, which is, in my opinion, a pretty good way to remember Zeppeli by, and I think Speedwagon has earned his head. He has proven himself many times to Zeppeli by not running away and helping out, despite his inability to actually help out with Hammond fighting and stuff like that. And as always, he did his best today, but only Strizo and Tom Petty really helped out a lot. They went up against the zombie army, keeping them at bay, while JoJo can deal with Dio unhindered. But yeah, the third one of Zeppeli's earlier companions, Dyer, he basically committed suicide. I mean, come on. He's just like, oh, let me swoop in there and kill myself. Because obviously he wouldn't do anything against Dio, because he's not stronger than JoJo. He was just a friend of Zeppeli, and Dio is many times stronger than Zeppeli ever was, and so on. He got a pretty cool laugh by, spitting the Hammond rose into Dio's eye, but that was pretty much it. He was probably only there to build Dio up, with his ice abilities and his strength and all of that. He even used the same move, or at least a similar move to the one that he used against JoJo in the earlier episode. And once again, people in JoJo's just don't die very fast. I mean, Dyer's head was still alive while being frozen off his body, just as Zeppeli was still alive when he got, squeezed in half. And whatever's left of Dio is obviously gonna be alive still. But yeah, Dio was actually planning, I guess, to make a maid out of Poco's sister by, I guess, putting the mask on her instead of turning her into a zombie. And, he was very specific about her not aging, and, we got told that she was 16, and I guess that's really icky. That Dio has it out for a 16-year-old. Ugh. One more side of Dio that is really despicable. And speaking of really despicable, we also saw that Poco's family is still alive, or at least his dad, and he hit him. So, don't do that, never do that, you're a fucking asshole if you do that. There's no reason ever to hit your own child. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. So let's get to the actual fight between Dio and JoJo. And I was kinda confused by the handling of the sword. I thought that it was the tool that JoJo would use to not be frozen by Dio, because he can only freeze things that are, or at least I thought that he could only freeze things that are living, I guess. And, the sword would prevent that. But nope, he still froze the sword and his arms through that, then his legs and all of that. But luckily his sword tip was in the fire and it contracted heat really well, just like it contracted Hammond as well. So yeah, not sure why he had to use the sword in the first place, aside from, being really cool, but in the end he dealt the finishing punch, because as you know, Dio is definitely still alive. He dealt basically the finishing punch by setting his fists on fire and pushing through Dio's eyes. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But then afterwards, again, a thing that I didn't understand was that JoJo actually cried for Dio again. After all of this, because, you know, he spent his childhood with him or whatever. That's just bullshit. I mean, come on. After all he did to you, you still cry for him. That's not being a good person, that's just being dumb. To be completely honest. So yeah, at least I could congratulate JoJo and smile together with Speedwagon as he proclaimed to Zeppeli in heaven that Dio is now defeated. But you know, he definitely isn't. And now I guess they have to find the mask and destroy that. So at least they do that before Dio, you know, re-emerges. But I guess the answer to that we will get in the next episode. So as always, if you enjoyed this reaction, you can like, comment, subscribe or share this video. These are generally the best things that you can do for me for free. And otherwise there's my Patreon where you can get things like early access to non-live reaction shows, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Brand New Animal, up to 1 week into the future. What's also available are full-length timer reactions where you can link up your own episodes to the timer for basically every reaction that I do to any show. And if you want to watch it like that, go check it out down in the description below. But with all of that out of the way, once again, I hope I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, bye bye.